Junk Car Willie at the ECTA Motorsports here in Blytheville, Arkansas, at the Arkansas Aeroplex. And I'm in luxury right now, guys. I'm in with Clark Rosenstengal, the fastest street Camaro at 263.4 Camaro miles per hour that Camaro did. And you might know him from the Steve Morris YouTube channel because he's on there a lot. Clark, I've been wanting to do this interview for a while. I thank you. You're just like, he's like, the other day I said, I can't believe how you're just like normal. He said, I'm just like you guys, I just go faster. And Clark, what I really wanted to start with is when did your racing career start? I mean, when you was like a young boy, a teenager, did you always want to race?
Not really. I had a 67 Mustang I built, but I never raced it. I mean, I had a tilt front end way back in the day. I mean, I sold that to buy a house, but then I owned a body shop, and my buddy saw Hot Rod Drag Week that did in 05, so we decided to do it in 06, and we've been doing it ever since, Hot Rod Drag Week. And
you've got a lot of wins underneath your belt, don't you?
A lot, yes, no, a lot of...
When I Google your name,
yes.
There is one thing after another over the last 17, 19 years, something like that?
We've done a lot. We do Sick Week, Sick Summer, Tom Bailey's events.
You won Drag Week last week?
My class, not last year. In 18 we won,
okay.
16 we won our class.
What'd you win last year? Didn't you win something last year, or top in the top 5 or something? I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Sick Week, right?
Sick Week, I think it was. Yeah, I was.
Drag and drive. You do so many events.
It's all street legal Camaro. We do drive on the street. A lot of people
that's what impresses me right there.
Yeah.
It is the world's fastest street Camaro, right?
Street legal Camaro.
Yeah. And he on the drag and drive, that's what it's all about. You pull a trailer and go from drive to drive to drive. Yep. I just what different cars have you had before the Camaro? I guess is what I'm saying that you wanted to get into it. What was the first car that you started racing in? I guess I'm getting way back in.
95 Camaro.
95 Camaro.
Yeah, my first car was a '67 Spitfire, Triumph Spitfire. Then I wrecked it, fixed it, sold it, made money. Then I bought the '67 Mustang. Fixed that up, sold that for a freaking house. I had Buick Regal, we bought a Grand National from a guy, made money on that. I mean, all kinds. I mean,
what was your fastest car? You think the one you have now?
Oh, my black Camaro.
The one you have right now.
That's
What was your top speed before you got this Camaro? On your other cars, what was ever the top speed? I know what you have now. I'm just curious about this.
Probably 186.
186.
Maybe you were 166 at my Camaro. My 95 Camaro did 166 in
your
a quarter.
Body shop is in Indiana?
No, Fremont, Michigan, but I sold it 2 years ago.
Okay.
Now I do work out in my own garage.
Okay. And I guess, have you always been like Steve Morris Engines? I see you on his YouTube channel. How did you kind of get into that? I mean, you're a YouTube star, man. I see you on YouTube all the time, man.
My 95 Camaro, we had a 355 in it. Then went to 468, went to a 540. Then I had a place in Chicago build me a 632, which was the biggest pile of junk. And we tried to get it run, and that's when I met Ryan Whitty at Steve's to get this thing tuned up. Then we chucked the rods out. So then we decided to go to the LS route that everybody was doing. So we did that for a while. And that's got a stock block, stock head. It makes 1,300 horse. It runs 860 something a quarter mile on pump gas.
Wow.
But then that was tapped out. I mean, so we had to build a new car. So I always wanted 5th gen, so I bought the 5th gen engine fire. And we started with LS, 2,500 horse LS, and we did the mile with it, 220. I mean, LS does not live on a standing mile at that kind of horsepower. So then we finally dropped the valve, cracked the crank. I said, I'm done with LS motors. So then Steve had the SMX he just came out with. Joking around to my wife, said, that's the next engine right there. And she looked at it, and next thing we knew, we got the second SMX that he made. So
second? Wow.
It's been good ever since. I mean, it's a good engine. And we're not leaning on it like what we did the LS's. So we did 263.46 with only 2,000 horsepower. We can go up to 4,500 if we want to, but we don't need to.
Wow. So, yeah, I love watching you like on YouTube. The sugar mom of the 80 Malibu, is it 80 that they just gave away? I seen you building on it. I seen you putting the engine, taking the engine out on it. that was probably an exciting build for you too, wasn't it?
Fun.
Being part of that. I mean,
Make it all fit with the big headers, and he made it all fit in there.
Yeah, it's just cool. And he gave that car away. And I tell you guys, I bought a shirt and decals too. I wanted to win that car. I'm glad that he did something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 82-year-old guy won it.
Oh, really? I didn't know who won
Never been in the 9s, always been in the 10s, and now he's gonna get a 9s.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's a beauty. I even watched Steve. Was like, I could tell at the end he was kind of like, well, if you don't want the car, you can trade it on the engine. It's like he fell in love where it was his wife raced it anyway, right? I caught up on that. I'll be honest with you. I got found through Steve Morse through you. You know, when I seen you last year, I started watching him, and I was like, well, Clark's on there too. You know, Clark, this guy, he ain't like a bragger. He don't like the stuff you got to find out about him. I talked to him, and the next thing I know, Steve's like, you need to check into that guy, what he does, you know, and I'm very impressed with what you do and how you do it. You talk to anybody. I mean, you like people come up to you and want to talk about the car. You're talk about it. I guess what I really want to know now, what is you talking about how much horsepower you got? Do you have like a 5-year, 3-year plan on what you want to do next in racing?
We're next tapped out. We want to get in the 6s on Drag Week, and probably be done with Drag Week. I don't know, but we've done it since 06. We've getting burned out. I mean, we're at the top now.
Yeah. Let someone. Yeah, I appreciate that because you're still a young man. Yeah. What's your plans for, like, where are you going in the next few months, I guess, with racing-wise with the car?
The Hammer in Michigan. We're going to do that with the 95. Then we got 6 Summer.
Okay.
That's sometime. I don't know when that is. We got to do Drag Week in September. We got half mile in Indiana we got to do in August. Then we'll come back here and do it.
You all right? Come on in. There's always behind every good man's a good woman. And a good daughter right there. And the good doggies. Hey, buddies. See, he's a dog person. He's beautiful dogs. I was just kind of finding out what he's going to be doing here next, and what he's been doing, and how he's doing it. And I like the way you guys travel. Man, you travel in luxury. And
we have to. It seems like we live.
You're on the road,
sometimes.
yeah. So it's great to have you guys in here. I wasn't expecting this, but you guys, how do you feel about, like, I mean, you're part of this. Your dad, your husband's like, to me, you know, the fastest street Camaro, and then I start looking him up, and you Google his name, and it's just thing after thing from 2006 pop up. How old are you?
26.
So you got to be proud of him. You more or less. Yeah. This has been your whole life. You haven't known anything different, have you? Really, with him? This has always been racing, right?
I mean, he used to drive me to school in the Camaro he had before.
Oh yeah, that is so cool. Everybody at school like, wow, look at her driving.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I just, you know, I like Clark. I talk to him. He answers my messages like right then. He's always supporting me on Facebook and stuff. And you know, you guys are, you know, top of the professional thing there in the speed and on the huge YouTube channel. I'm just very impressed. I'm glad to call Clark a friend, man. I really feel like, you know, he's boosted my confidence by having someone of his character, like, watch my stuff and comment on my stuff and give me shout outs. You know, it's a warm feeling to have somebody like Clark do it. And, like, you know, I talked to him and just like, all right, guy's cool. And then Steve was like, you need to Google and find out all this stuff. So I did it, and I came back, and I was like a little nervous in. And he's like, I'm just like you, but just faster, you know. But I'm glad he gave me this interview to kind of find out what he's doing next. And your social media, do you have any social media besides your Facebook page?
Instagram, but I don't post much. I don't post nothing on that.
Do you have any social media where you post it? Because I know you're out there with that camera taking killer footage. I know you are.
I give it to him, whatever he wants to do with it.
Okay.
You know?
Well, share it on Junk Car Willie, man. I'd love to have your footage. I'd love to have it. I'll let you guys get out of your home, inviting me into this beautiful home. How fast you had this time? With the trailer and everything on the end.
Steve had it
that one time, remember in the rain, were we coming back from here?
Yeah.
We let Steve drive it, and oh my gosh, I
He-
don't even know how fast
he tried to see how fast he could go, huh?
Yeah,
It'll go 85.
it was
Okay.
insane.
So, in the future, will we see a Steve Morse engine in this motorhome? Oh, I just can't thank you all enough. You guys are all great. Even you a good dog. Even though you was barking at me when I was outside, he's a good guard dog. I walked by and you a good guard dog. Yes, you are. I'll let you come to me instead of me come to you. I'm a dog person, I know. But as always, it'd be a boring world if he's all the same. These guys are not the same. They are very special, dear to my heart. I can pick 3 teams that I really feel like I'm close to when I come here, and Clark's right at the top there. As always, keep being you.